Hey everybody, it's the coach. Welcome to the special Saturday edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We're just about set to get started, and this ought to be a good one between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. With that, let's get up to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. For the call, we bring in our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd, and they're all set as they'll match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Brandon Godden, Charles Davis, happy to be with you. And, Charles, we've got two teams who know each other extremely well. These division games, they tend to be battles.
People scout like crazy in this league, but no one scouts more than within the division. Because if you win your division, you're automatically in the playoffs. That puts extra emphasis on these games, and they can't wait to get at each other.
On to get us started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. And we are underway from Cincinnati. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here come the Bengals now to take over. They'll be led out by the Red Rifle. From TCU, it's Andy Dalton.
This is a young man who has a lot of quiet confidence in his abilities. He won't shout it from the rooftops, but if you ever talk to him, you sense it, and you start to get it. In fact, I asked him about his mobility, and he said, well, I did run for over 1,500 yards in college. That was an easy answer from him.
To throw here, Dalton. He finds his running back, Mixon. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. Here now the offense for the Bengals.
Out of the backfield is Joe Mixon, and he was a valuable commodity coming out of the University of Oklahoma because of his ability to be so versatile. Can run it inside with power, gets to the perimeter and can outrun people, catches the ball not only out of the backfield, but you can split him out just like he would be a receiver. And I think if he wanted to dedicate himself, he'd be an all-pro kick returner.
Throwing again on second down. Dalton, and the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. And a look at the Steelers' defensive unit.
Bud Dupree came out of the University of Kentucky determined to let everyone know that they play football there as well as basketball. A terrific pass rusher off the edge.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And the Steelers now in the nickel here on third down. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. And able to find Green. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
A first down throw coming for Dalton. He gets this one to Boyd. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. The confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Here we go.
It's a jet sweep. They get it to Green. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
No lack of guts at all on that one. Normally in this situation in the red zone, that type of play isn't run, but I think they're trying to catch the defense off guard and also break tendency. No one really runs that type of a play. Guess what? We are. Let's see how you handle it.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Dalton. The quick slant caught. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
This will be play number 9 coming up on this relatively long opening drive as they look to convert on 3rd down. Dalton now to pass. Looking for Boyd, and he's got him. Touchdown, Bengals. Tyler Boyd there to make the grab as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, that drive felt like it took up an eternity. We finally have some action on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but plenty of action prior to, because that drive took up all the first quarter before we spilled into the second, and finally, points were registered.
On the other sideline, they're chomping at the bit just to get the football. On for the point after is Randy Bullock. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a Bengals score. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by Big Ben, their veteran quarterback, Ben Roethlisberger.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage. Our team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. He was looking for Dante Moncrief that time, but it'll be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
First carry for James Conner. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And yes, complete to the tight end, McDonald. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, the big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. Alex Erickson deep for Cincinnati. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. The Bengals drive about to get going. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And they'll get him down here at the 23. 7 yards there and a first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Dalton going to break the huddle, come up 1st and 10. And he's 8 for 8 now, throwing the ball to start the game. They get just 2 out of it there, and it's 2nd down. Two minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. And Dalton's throw on target to Tyler Boyd. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Dalton here from the gun. He's got Green. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. John Ross, the one he was looking for. That'll bring up 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Passing again. Dalton on 2nd and 10. This one complete to Giovanni Bernard. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as he'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. And again, Andy Dalton to throw. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Dalton going to break the huddle, come up 1st and 10. And he's 6 of 7 now on this drive. This will be Dalton again. He drops it off for Bernard. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be a second down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
To throw again on second down, Dalton. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
And especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Another chance for Dalton. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Bud Dupree coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Here's Randy Bullock now as he'll go for the field goal. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt.
Yeah, boy, that's our ball. Every time. Keep putting that ball on the ground. That's our ball.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been a hard-fought battle to this point. 7-0 is the score, with neither offense really able to get on track. But let's not waste any time. We'll get you right back out to Brandon and Charles for the second half.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Steeler offense now with the football first here to begin the third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Connor going backwards here on the first down carry. Stopped up for a loss of a couple. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Ben leaves to Connor on the draw. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Now he's going to send this one deep right side. He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 35. A big play. Smith-Schuster on the throw from Big Ben. 42 yards.
It's your first drive of the second half. You're down on the scoreboard. Maybe you just say to yourself, let's take a shot, see if we can shake them up. And boy, they hit that one.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's second down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. This from 54 yards away. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Dalton got his man. It's Eifert. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Well, they were unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on third down.
Hey.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. He's got his man, Boyd. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, you don't want to see.
Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Dalton gives to Bernard. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down. From the gun, Dalton. He completes it to Boyd. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 19. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Dalton operating in the red zone now. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Dalton on the draw to Mixon. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Here's Dalton. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And this one is right down Broadway. And the lead moves to 10-zip. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a two-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
After the field goal now, it's Bullock to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. 23 yards on the play. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so you know I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. He'll find Smith-Schuster again. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Looking to throw again on second down. Roethlisberger. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. Of course, remember, you need a touchdown here and a field goal.
Doesn't matter the order, but they have to get it done and get it done fast.
First down now, but that clock rolling.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59.
Roethlisberger to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Throwing on second and long. Roethlisberger, and he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, They'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Boswell's kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
So there is still time, a little over 50 seconds to go, but this becomes a critical onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the Bengals hands team. And they're going to hang on and win this game. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Mixon with a first down carry. He's got the first down here inside the 30. That good for 22 and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Hands up, lady!
Watch QB drive. Watch QB drop. Watch QB.
Hands up!
Not running. Dalton wants to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Jet sweep, Boyd with it, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Check 31, check 31.
Here's Bernard, and he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. Bullock's kick is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. After the field goal, now it's Bullock to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go, boys. Bring it on.
So Ben Roethlisberger and the offense down by 10, 27 seconds to go. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance.
You must be true. Hey, check 24. Check 24.
Here's Roethlisberger. That's caught. The former USC Trojan, Xavier Grimble. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
Black 30.
Mike's 59. Hey.
From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Roethlisberger. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. William Jackson with a pick.
Come on, God. We got this.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And this was about as close to a shutout as you could get. I mean, barring a game where you only allow a safety, but this was the next best thing, just the field goal. That's all they gave up.
Yeah, and you know something, they're going to be disappointed because they gave up the field goal. But deep inside, somewhat satisfied as well, because you know how hard it is to keep people from scoring in this league. And the idea that you just gave up 3, yeah, your coaches will get on you. They'll say, we should have had the shutout. But they also will be pretty satisfied with that type of a performance.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Bengals as we say so long from Cincinnati.